I've been excited to make this video. We've been on the job topic, so we're going to be talking about 9-to-5 jobs today. Everybody's got a different situation, so I was researching one night before bed and I came across this really interesting, I'm not going to say it's like an article, but kind of like a girl's perspective towards things. So the main title of this whole article, where everybody chimed in on, was, I really don't want to work. Is there something wrong with me? Let's think about that for a minute. Let's really think about that, because I know some of you watching this have definitely thought that. I have definitely thought that, and being off from work for a little bit, like I went back to work now, but being off for a little bit, like the longer you're off, the less likely it is you want to go back to work. Like you lose that motivation for work. But we all need to, live, all need to eat, right? Got to pay for food, got to pay for gas, like I got to pay to drive this car, and just whatever other bills everybody has. So I came across this, and her name is Lexi McDonald. So shout out Lexi if you're watching this. She goes, "No, nothing is wrong with you, and I feel very similar. What is the point of me working 9 to 5 if I do not want to buy a home, get married, and have children? I just care about owning a few possessions that I like here and there, and that's about it. I work until I feel like I have enough money where I do not have to work for a while. And I remain unemployed until I want to buy more things." This first paragraph really caught my attention. And some of you can agree, some can disagree. Some of you are going to agree with me, some of you are going to disagree. It is what it is. I'm going to tell you what I think about this. 9 to 5. I mean, let's be realistic. A 9 to 5 is for people that are plan on making big purchases in life, people who do have kids, people that are just have bills every single month that they have to pay, right? I agree with it, because the more stuff you take on, not everybody is going to go out and be an entrepreneur, okay? Yeah, maybe some people work the 9 to 5 and then they are like, okay, I had enough of this, I'm going to start my own business. Credit to all those people. I'm trying to figure out how to do that, right? I'm working on the entrepreneurial thing of life, but we're referring to a regular person in this thing. So we're going to assume that the majority of Americans work regular 9 to 5 jobs. A good percentage, a vast percentage of Americans work a 9 to 5. So when I read that, like, let's be real, you buy a home, right? So you're locked in for assume a 30-year fixed mortgage, right? So you're locked in with a mortgage, and then you get married, you have kids, and you buy the house, you buy the cars that come with the kids, and then you have kids, you buy a bigger car to go with the kids, and then you keep buying all these things, and then you're like, okay, it's okay, sweetie, honey, like we're just gonna go to work. We're gonna go to work so we can pay for our lifestyle. So you're trading all your time to pay for all these materialistic things. I'm not saying anything's wrong. There's nothing wrong with having kids. There's nothing wrong with buying a house and all that stuff. But guys, the majority of things, you're trapping yourself because you need to pay for these things. I think the key in life is to be minimalistic, to have simplicity, to have the things you really only need. Like she just said right here, she just cares about, owning a few possessions. I think I can relate to that. There's a few things I like. I like my Civic Si, right? So I have that's paid for. I like collecting Pokemon cards. Few things I like are expensive, but I set aside things and money for those, not to where I'm going broke, but I do set stuff away to have that stuff. I like to travel, experience things, right? The last part of the first paragraph, I work until I feel like I have enough money where I don't have to work for a while. That was kind of like me in trucking. And I'm not say I saved up, you know, $1 million, right? I didn't even save up 100K, whatever. That's besides the point. The point is I set it up so that I was going to be able to take some time off. I was going to be able to take the 2 months off that I wanted. Granted, I'm in a lucky position right now to do that. Not everybody's in my current situation, so everybody can't relate to that. I also like to travel and base most of my life around that. I do not want to work for a company or an employer that does not believe in giving employees vacation time. If a company does not approve of travel, I am not going to work there. Most employees give you a week off here and there because for some reason they do not want you to experience new things and enjoy your life. They want you to take a break for a week and return to the office or wherever it is you work. I couldn't agree more. Most employees, it's crazy. You trade 12 months of your time to get 1 week off, right? Or you trade 24 months of your time to get 2 weeks off. In my opinion, I think every job that we work, W-2 or whatnot, you should accrue PTO, sick time, and vacation time, all, right? And I think minimum per year, I think it should be 2 weeks minimum. Even your like first couple months, you should be entitled to a couple weeks off after your first like 3 months. So, and that's the same thing with my last job. My last job, you know, trucking, they gave me a week off after a year. And honestly, I took that and it wasn't enough time. 2 years was 2 weeks. Like, I need more time. She goes, sometimes I sincerely look forward to the day where I will be fired, mostly so I can collect unemployment before I need to look for a new job within the next year or so. I'm not gonna lie, I've worked some crap jobs before and I was just like, I stopped caring at work. I'm like, dude, fire me, like I'll just collect. But it's not the really way to go about things, guys. Like unemployment is another thing to worry about. Like I would rather just, you know, work part-time or something like that instead of getting unemployment, to be honest. Now, if I got unemployment in the pandemic time where it was like $600 guaranteed a week plus what another amount, it was like $1,000 a week. If I was getting that, fire me all day long. Like that's how I look at that pretty much, because people were living gravy. I also make my life about my hobbies and passions. It's super important. I do not base my life around my employer. I will not give them my evenings, and I will leave when the end of my shift is up. I will not be one of those workers who stays 2 hours later because they're afraid of their boss firing them. There are people like me in the world. It's time to accept that fact and also learn to realize that you do not have to live your life to become a mindless robot. That's rough. Employers do this to you because you allow them to get away with it. That's true. So I myself am guilty of that. I myself have taken extra work at times because I thought it was, you know, well, obviously it's going to benefit me more money, but I thought they would look at me differently if I denied the work or said no. You know, I was always like, what if I say no? Like, you know, will they look at me different? Am I going to sell my job? This and that. The more you do, you ever heard of that saying, less is more? So, more you do, the more they walk all over. You know that phrase is like, don't be a doormat? Well, I believe that that's true. The more you do, you stay extra time, one time, they're going to expect that out of you. So it's just make a boundary, guys. Make boundaries at your job. She goes, think about it. Employers need you to work for them. If you come off as a doormat, here we go, the doormat phrase, they will treat you like one. They know they have most people by the balls because, as I said above, most people need their shit jobs to pay for their mortgage, keep their wife, husband happy, buy crap for their kids, all that, order Amazon, go out to dinner every night, everything. You can spend money so easily, right? When you do not need or want any of those things in life, why do you have to put up with a job like that? She's right, guys. She is totally right. So most jobs have people by the balls. Can you agree with me? I'm pretty sure we can all agree, right? Can we all agree on that? All right. Most people are reliant on their jobs because it's their only source of income, and they need their jobs because they have so much overhead in life. So much overhead. New car payments, mortgage, expensive clothes, fancy lifestyle. People go on vacations multiple times a year, guys. It's a couple $1,000s if you're going to Disney or cruises, all that stuff, right? So yeah, jobs do have people by the balls because a lot of people don't have money saved. Like 70+% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. That'll be another discussion about another time. So I went to school to become a massage therapist. Best decision I've ever made in my life. 25 hours a week is considered full-time, where I work at least. I just got to say I'm working like 25 hours a week right now, guys, and it's awesome. Like I'm enjoying my summer. Fishing on my days off, doing what I want, exercising, getting sunlight, all that stuff. All right, so summing it up, this is a long paragraph. She loves her job. She has a good balance where she has a good work-life balance. She's doing a job that she enjoys. She's not trading a lot of her time. She's probably making good money. She said in here she made an extra 10 or 20 tip for a 1 hour massage. So she's getting a regular rate plus tips, guys. She's getting incentives. She's living her life. I think that's important. You know, find a job that, you know, you enjoy going to. And I'm still working on that, guys. I'm still working on that. I'm guilty. Like, I am still trying to find that one place that I'm like, I wake up and I'm like, oh, it's going to be a great day today. That's what I want. Point is, lastly, here she goes. The point is, I can work, but I won't settle for a job I hate just to be part of the rat race that I feel like I don't belong in the first place. That is perfectly said. That is perfectly said. So she's not just going to take anything because she knows how it is. When you take a crap job, which I have too, I've heard many people talk about this. Even Joe Rogan has said something like this in one of his podcasts. He used to work construction jobs, and he would just go there, and it would feel like he was like selling his soul. Everybody was miserable. The working conditions sucked. Pay wasn't the greatest. Long days, etc. For her, I can appreciate that. She's not just going to settle for a job. And that's just like me too, guys. Guys, I can go find a truck driving job tomorrow. But guess what? They're not all cracked up to what they're supposed to be like. Guys, I know what I want, and I know what I'm not going to take. And I won't settle for a job, a trucking job, just because I need one right now. I will literally take a job like I did that's offering me less hours. I'm making less money, but I have more time to do things that I love. So the key point of this last one is the reason why she or I won't settle for a job that just to be part of the rat race is probably because we're in a decent little financial situation right now. Now, granted, I don't have a crazy rent. You know, I do pay a little bit for a room, but I don't have crazy rent, guys. I'm not paying, you know, $1,500 a month plus. So that's why I can do certain things right now, and I'm grateful for that. The situation will probably change in the next year or two or whatnot, but because realistically, I want my spot. I want a condo and stuff. So, but I'm not just gonna settle and take a job anywhere just for a paycheck, because I set myself up differently now. I look at money differently now, and I realize what I want. And yeah, the last part, you know, be a part of the rat race that I feel like I don't belong in the first place. So she clearly knows that she's not set up for this. She's not, like, are humans even set up for the 9 to 5? Make sure you guys drop your likes. Comment down below 9 to 5 if you guys are working a 9 to 5. Obviously, technically am, but part-time. Appreciate all the love, everybody stopping in, all the true fans. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.